Alright guys, this week from Monday the 20th of July to Friday the 24th of July has been one of the best weeks ever for trading my specific strategy. Now I'm going to break down the best setup from every single day and how you can catch the trades that I caught this week and how you can trade my model. It's going to be the best video for learning my model and actually breaking down every single setup of the week, the best setup from every day that you could have caught. So let's jump straight into it. So if you don't already know, my strategy is based on liquidity, entering off of inversion fair value gaps and finding a key level to deliver from. If you want my full strategy PDF, you can simply go into my Discord and find it from there. The link for that will be in the description. And let's jump into Monday. So on Monday, we had this 4-minute inversion fair value gap short setup. This was super good because if you look on the higher time frame here, you can see clear delivery from a high time frame fair value gap. Price is clearly respecting this 4-hour fair value gap. If you go into the 1 hour, price is clearly respecting this 1 hour fair value gap. We did have an unfilled daily fair value gap above at the time of this trade actually triggering. However, we had those other deliveries and it was a perfect trade towards the draw on liquidity. And now you might be thinking, what is the draw on liquidity? Well, we have this stacked low resistance liquidity resting below that was formed during pre-market. And you'll notice a common theme that we have this low resistance stacked lows. You see how all these lows are stacked up here. We'll have this in a lot of winning setups because it is a super strong draw on liquidity to target. And even if it's not as nice as this, you will still notice that we have some stacked lows. So basically the lows or highs, so basically the highs here are not sweeping each other out. You see how this high did not sweep out this high, and then this high did not sweep out this high. So engineered liquidity, I like to call it. And if you look at this 4-minute short here, we were targeting this low resistance liquidity. Unfortunately, to target the lows right here, it was negative risk to reward, so you simply just target a 1-to-1. Stop loss at the body there, and the reason for that is because if you look on the 5-minute here, we did actually have a 5-minute change in the state. So when we mitigated into this hourly fair value gap and also swept this high, this down close candle right here, this up close candle was the only up close candle taking us into this gap, and then we got a close below, giving us that 5-minute change in the state of delivery as well. Entering off of the 4-minute inversion and then targeting that low resistance liquidity, obviously entering off of this super strong displacement to the downside. Now, coming into Tuesday's trade, we have what looks here like a very simple setup. We have a 2-minute inversion fair value gap. We also have, as you can see here, labeled with us a 5-minute change in the state. So again, these two down close candles that actually mitigated this 4-hour fair value gap. So as you can see right here, we actually had an unfilled 4-hour fair value gap right here. So those two down close candles on the 5-minute time frame actually ended up mitigating this 4-hour gap. So we had the change in the state when price closed back above these down close candles. And the thing here is this 930 wick was actually a high inside of a daily fair value gap. So a lot of people will think that this is a protected high. Now, this is some extremely valuable information right here. Why is this 930 wick no longer protected? Because when we tap into this daily fair value gap and we have a strong rejection, so we have a strong delivery to the downside, we then need to look, what is the next strong draw to the downside? And it's this 4-hour fair value gap. So as you can see, price hits this 4-hour fair value gap. And then what are we expecting? Well, now we can expect price to continue higher if we get a strong delivery from this 4-hour gap. So this 930 wick, which was protected, is no longer protected, and we can use this as a strong draw on liquidity here towards that 930 wick. And as you can see, you would have entered off of the inversion fair value gap right here, targeted the 930 wick. You could have gone break even when we got this. So we had a retrace, we allowed room for the retrace, and then you go break even when we sort of close back above these highs here after this retrace and confirm that we have had that rebalance of the leg. Stop loss here could definitely be at this swing low here, or of course could be at the low there, because we did actually put in an order block there as well. Or we had a 5-minute change in the state, as I mentioned, so you could have it at the low of that body there, covering that order block as well. So that was Tuesday's setup. Super high probability. The thing to take from this is obviously protected highs, and when they are no longer protected again, that's very important to know. This right here is Wednesday's setup. So we had a continuation long on Wednesday, and all this means is the bias is clearly bullish. We're heading towards this low resistance liquidity on the higher time frame. As you can see, super strong displacement candle. Then we're waiting for that pullback, which you can see we have right here into this 30-minute fair value gap, and then price continues higher towards this overall trendline liquidity. But what did I just mention earlier? As price comes down, what do? We accumulate a bit. We accumulate here and we generate liquidity here, so we don't sweep out this high, we don't sweep out this high, and we don't sweep out this high. You see how we're coming up not sweeping out any of these highs above, leaving that low resistance liquidity resting above for us to target. And we also mitigated a 30-minute fair value gap right here. And let me tell you guys right now why. Obviously, there's long positions here as well, delivering from a 15-minute fair value gap. There's also a long position right here. So you could have gone long on this candle close, targeting the low resistance liquidity, or the stacked highs. I wouldn't call it super strong low resistance liquidity at that point. But why were these longs all bad? Well, for one, we hadn't generated enough low resistance liquidity yet. And two, we actually had a super bearish SMT with ES. If you look at the high time frame here, we had a super bearish SMT. Let's just go back here to NQ and look at the entry time on that for those earlier setups. So let's look here. Why would you not want to take a trade here, but you'd want to take this trade with the extra 30-minute delivery? Now, that's not the only reason. Let's look at ES here. So that trendline liquidity that we're targeting on NQ has already been swept on ES, meaning that we have a bearish SMT. Now, this doesn't mean that you can't long at all, because obviously we still believe that that draw is higher. But we've hit this high, so now we have a bearish SMT. So now what we're going to wait for on ES before taking a trade? We need to wait for this huge leg of price here to be rebalanced. So we wait for price to hit the 50% of this leg, and then that's almost this SMT doing its objective by taking us to rebalance this leg, and then we can expect higher prices. So coincidentally or not, if you go back to NQ right here, and then you skip forward to where we got that long setup on the 30-minute from the 30-minute delivery right here, you can see there's the entry. Let's look at ES now. We are bouncing perfectly from this 0.5 level, this 50% of this leg. Super nice bullish reaction from this level, and that's the extra confirmation that you need, as well as obviously the extra trend line liquidity as well. So if we actually play a price here, you can see that we do chop around and draw down here a little bit, but obviously we have a super protected low here, really high resistant low. So you put your stop loss at the low here. There's no change in the state of delivery on any time frame here. You can see we did not close above these down close candles, so there's no need to have a tighter stop loss. You leave your stop loss at these lows. I saw a lot of people putting their stop loss at the bodies here, which I do not believe was the right thing to do at all, because we did not put in a change in the state of delivery. So you keep your stop loss at the lows here. And coincidentally enough, on this trade, actually, that would have saved you from a loss, because we did actually hit the body here. But you keep your stop loss at the lows. We have all this low resistance above. We have a high resistance stop loss. You've got to think, what's at your stop loss here? We've got the 50% delivery on ES, 30-minute fair value gap that we're delivering from and on NQ, and we're also respecting this wick on NQ as well. So you've got to keep your stop loss in a nice protected area. If you have your stop loss at the bodies here, it's simply not protected at all, really. So as you can see, price eventually played out super nicely all the way up to run this low resistance liquidity. A lot more yap on this trade, but hopefully the source was valuable, as it is very important when taking continuation longs to make sure you have the confidences that you need. Now, on to Thursday here. I personally do not think that Thursday was a very clean day at all. This was probably the highest quality setup that I could find based on the bias and the higher time frame as well. If you look on the higher time frame here, on the 4 hour, we're clearly disrespecting this 4 hour fair value gap. We were also respecting the daily fair value gap up here. We had this daily sell side that could have acted as a rejection wick. However, we also had confirmation from delivering from this 30-minute above. So if you also look on ES here, this is quite telling after the last trade that we just broke down here. If you look where we're delivering from on ES, if we just mark out this high to this low, once again, bouncing super nicely from the 50% of the legs. So make sure to keep this in mind going into next week and just your trading in general. So back to NQ here. This was definitely the highest quality. I would have, if I were to have took this trade, I would have definitely gone for a 1-to-1. I personally stayed out of the market during these conditions here. But this was definitely a 1-to-1 type of play, just because everything wasn't super clear here. If you watch this out here, this does go straight to a 1-to-1, and it would have actually hit the 930 wick, but you would have had to not go break even on this trade. So if you watch how this plays out, yeah, you would have had to not go break even there to avoid getting stopped out. And eventually, with very slow price action, it did go all the way down to the 930 wick there. But that's probably the highest quality setup that played out that I can see from Thursday. Like I said, definitely a valid setup, 100%. 50% delivery on ES, 30-minute fair value gap tap on NQ. Very bearish bias in general on NQ. The negative to this was obviously we already took out this major sell side, but obviously price has continued quite nicely bearish to to continue even lower. So yeah, that was Thursday. And finally, on to Friday. This was one of the highest quality setups of the week, in my opinion. Let's break down exactly why. So coming into Friday, we had this super obvious daily sell side below. But if you look on like the 15 or even the 5-minute chart here, you can see we had really nice stacked low resistance again. You can see this becoming a very common pattern now. We have this stacked low resistance liquidity as to target on the winning trades. Now, if you look at the 4-hour chart here, we did actually have an unfilled 4-hour above. So you could anticipate maybe price coming up, delivering from here, and then continuing lower. But price has to tell you that first, right? Always use the disrespect versus respect protocol with fair value gaps. If you do not know how to use this, please claim my free strategy PDF. There's so much to be learned in there. But as you can see here, on market open, we inversed this 30-minute fair value gap. Very, very bearish sign. We then put in a 30-minute bearish fair value gap above that market that 930 opened into and then blasted down from, giving us all the inverse fair value gaps. We inversed on the 30-second, the 1-minute, the 2-minute, and I don't believe there even was a 3-minute. No, there wasn't. So we inversed on every time frame here. Now, the 2-minute was definitely the cleanest. I took the 30-second because I was super confident, so I took the earlier entry. The 2-minute was the cleanest. Reason being really the stop loss placement. There was a really nice stop loss placement for the 2-minute right here. As you can see, when we get this 2-minute close, we also get this 2-minute change in the state. So we close through this low, meaning that we now have a order block. So now you can have a stop loss at this body high, which allows you to have a lot more risk to reward on this trade, as opposed to maybe, for example, if you were taking the 30-second here, you would have to have a stop somewhere around up here. Obviously, a little bit of a better entry. But this was perfect stop loss placement for the 2-minute. Again, reminder of the 5-minute here. So much low resistance below. We're respecting bearish fair value gaps. We're disrespecting bullish fair value gaps. So everything aligns here to being bearish on the higher time frame. So again, don't go break even too early here. What you got to think about is you have really nice liquidity below. So I personally went break even when we started running this lower trend line. Give it quite a little bit of room here. Target obviously the daily sell side, which is our overall objective here. If we just look at the 4-hour time frame, you can see we're disrespecting bullish. We have a really strong drawdown here that we're heading towards with quite a lot of momentum. So that is our target for this trade. So as you can see, this trade played out super nicely. And yeah, I went break even on this second candle close as we close through this low. Don't rush to break even on trades like this because you will get harmed. We have a really high resistance stop loss here and a really low resistance TP. So don't just go break even super mechanically. And then as you can see, this played out super nicely. Then price actually ended up dumping quite far after hitting TP there. So this was Friday. Hopefully this has been a useful video for all of you guys. If you have any questions, you can join my Discord, you can send me a message, or you can ask in the general trading chat. And yeah, hopefully this has been useful. Make sure to subscribe for more free educational content. And if you want to learn my strategy, like I say, claim the free PDF through my Discord as well. Ask any questions you want, and I'll keep providing free education. I'll see all of you guys in the next one.